Jason and Matt here taking a look at some stacking options for tonight's Monday slate. 5 games. We got ourselves a Coors game, two stud pitchers on the hill. This one's definitely interesting because we're making some Tyler Glasnow lineups who's 4,400. And you want to talk about Coors stacks, you can fit whatever you want in.
Oh yeah, I mean Glasnow's price is just ridiculous, and if you want to go all the Padres and Rockies, you can. So let's get this thing going. I think I got a couple other stacks I like.
Yeah, definitely. Cincinnati, Pittsburgh here. Tyler Glasnow take on Brandon Finnegan. Talking about Glasnow, I mean, looking at the Cincinnati side, a couple things to like about some of their bats. I mean, one, Glasnow's walk rate is extremely high. He's also super slow to the plate. So, I mean, Billy Hamilton, Jose Peraza get on, they're going to be running for days.
Yeah, I think they're going to be really low owned here too. I mean, like we talked about earlier, people are going to go in on Glasnow just to get those other stacks, and you're going to get Billy Hamilton possibly at 10% or under, and he can steal 3 bases and be honestly, he can be the highest scoring outfielder on the slate.
Yeah, I mean, he has a ton of upside. I mean, if he gets on and starts running base, because basically walks, I mean, stealing third is not out of the question in this one. We've seen him do it before. And adding in Votto, I mean, obviously you got to hope he gets that big breakout hit to blow things open. But it is a really sneaky stack if you want to go up against a Glasnow crowd.
Yeah, I mean, those two with Peraza, and then take your pick with, I guess, Schebler or Duvall. I'd probably recommend Duvall, but you throw those four in there and pitch to Grom and do some one-offs here and there, and you got yourself a nice sneaky stack.
Yeah, contrarian on a 5-game slate. As far as the Pirate side of things go, I mean, Brandon Finnegan, this is a guy who can miss some bats, but I mean, when he doesn't, he does get hit extremely hard. A lot of 38% hard ball rate going back to last year to righties. So, I mean, I like McCutchen, Marte, Mercer. I think it's a nice, 3-person stack. Gregory Polanco hitting fourth. I mean, lefty on lefty, he hasn't done that well, but he did make strides to hit lefties last year.
Yeah, I mean, Mercer's really cheap. I mean, he's got to be your cash game shortstop, I think, just with how cheap he is. And yeah, McCutchen, Marte, really like Marte, but I feel like I use these guys more as one-offs than a stack.
Yeah, it makes sense. I definitely think they're contrarian way to go tonight. And plus, I mean, if you're looking to get Coors exposure, you are kind of blowing 2 outfield spots already on those guys.
Yeah, and I mean, I really, really like Blackman and Cargo. So, I mean, it's kind of hard to get those guys in when there's only one spot left.
Yeah, no, definitely. Mets and Phillies next one. Gerard Eichhoff versus Jacob deGrom. Not looking to stack Phillies, but Mets, I mean, they're in a good spot against Eichhoff and his struggles against lefties.
Yeah, I think this is going to be my contrarian stack of the night. I mean, I look at what I have here. I mean, Duda, Walker, Cabrera, Conforto, maybe even throw in Reyes somewhere. And then you can't go wrong with having Cespi,
No, you really can. I mean, Eichhoff does struggle against lefties. I mean, 1.62 home runs per 9. Citizens Bank is definitely one of the more underrated hitters parks.
Yeah, I mean, I stack there all the time, and people don't. And I don't understand why. I mean, that ball flies pretty decent there. But, I mean, if you look at their prices, Duda 26, Walker 26, Conforto 27, Cabrera 29, like you could literally do 4 lefties all under 3K, which gives you some Coors bats and somebody like Rourke or maybe deGrom.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. And when you're looking for value, I mean, basically, I think tonight's going to be just basically 2 sides of the coin. People are going to be paying up and looking to really pay down, or people are just tossing Glasnow and stacking bats.
Yeah, and I mean, that's why I think people like Rourke. I mean, he's in a decent spot, and I think, he'll be kind of under-owned, and you put him with some Coors bats and a weird stack like the Mets, and it could take down a tournament.
Yeah, it really could. And on the Philly side, I don't have any interest stacking against deGrom.
No, I don't either. I'm probably going to pitch deGrom a lot tonight.
Yeah. Cardinals and Nationals next, Tanner Rourke versus Adam Wainwright. Cardinals side, I just don't find this offense to be that good, and Tanner Rourke's not a guy who really blows up.
No, I think they definitely took a back seat against righties with Adams only playing sometimes now and Moss, in Kansas City. So, I mean, I really don't have any interest in, I think, any St. Louis bats tonight, to be honest. Maybe Carpenter, like.
Yeah, I think that's it for me just because the price is down and he has been struggling. He's definitely going to come in super low owned. But yeah, that's basically it for me. I mean, when guys like Johnny Peralta and Yadier Molina are your 4th and 5th hitters, I mean, there's not a ton of upside with those guys against right-handed pitching.
Right, exactly. I agree.
On the national side, though, I mean, I like the guys here. Even with Trey Turner out, I mean, they offered 3 really good lefties. I mean, I don't even mind Ryan Zimmerman against Wainwright, who really did struggle on the road last year.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking those lefties. You're talking about Murphy, Harper, Eaton, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you could get, put in Harper and Eaton and then have Murphy at second. And then, I mean, if you really want to and go 4-man, like you said, Zimmerman or like I was talking about earlier, maybe even Wieters,
Yeah, I mean, you can definitely go a couple different routes here. I mean, and you look at Wainwright, I mean, last year against lefties, 358 woba allowed. So, I mean, I think Wainwright's going to be a little bit more improved from last year, but I still don't think he's going to be anything special.
No, and I mean Rendon's really cheap too, and I mean with all the other third basemen on the slate like Arenado, Bryant, I mean, maybe not a lot of people on Justin Turner, but with those top two, Rendon's not going to have any ownership.
No, he's definitely not. I mean, I think people are going to be looking to pay up. So, I mean, I think Nationals 4.5, run total here at home. Looks like wind's blowing out a little bit. I mean, I don't know if it's going to be sneaky. I think this might be one of the popular pivots to cores, but I do like it quite a bit.
Yeah, I do too, and like you said with Turner out, Rendon probably gets that 2 hole.
Yeah, I would definitely prefer that over having like Jason Worth up there or something like that.
Right. Yeah, I wouldn't play Jason Worth if he's up there. So
Dodgers Cubs next one here. John Lester versus Alex Wood. Not really looking to stack Dodgers here. I mean, they've been awful against lefties going back to last year, even though they added a couple right-handed bats in the offseason. But Lester, not a guy who really blows up either.
no, I'm not. I'm definitely not stacking the Dodgers here tonight, especially on the night that the Cubs are raising the banners. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, big night there. Looks like some weather, but it looks like it's supposed to head out towards kind of about 7:30 or 8. On the Cubs side, though, I mean, against Alex Wood, I mean, a lefty who has been very up and down in his career. The Cubs are always one of those ones where you can just kind of do a number of things with those stacks because guys like Contreras, Russell, Baez are more all capable of hitting left-handed pitching.
Yeah, the team is just so stacked that you could just do anything. Like you said, you could put Bryant in there, who's going to bat, in the 2 hole, and then Contreras should probably bat 6th, and then Baez would probably bat 7th, and then Almora would probably bat 9th. And it sounds stupid, but they all hit lefties, and when you wrap it back around, a 6-7-9-2 really isn't even that bad, and it gives you some roster flexibility.
It does, and it's going to be a contrarian way to kind of attack that stack. I mean, we looked at it. I mean, it did work against Milwaukee and Tommy Malone just a few days ago.
Right, exactly. And I see them coming out and scoring a bunch of runs. They're going to be pumped up to be in front of the fans and relive that championship experience. So I see it. I just think I'm more of a one-off here.
That's the way I'm looking at it too. I think one was just the pricing. Like Bryant's super expensive. I think he kind of has to fit the bill in the stack. Like I don't see any kind of stack where I don't have Bryant.
Right, exactly. And there's a guy that plays third base in the next game that I want to have on every single lineup. So I don't know if I can put Bryant in there.
Yeah. So I mean, I like the Contreras, Baez, more those types of guys, but
Yep,
I'm definitely with you as one-offs.
Yeah, definitely just one-offs.
San Diego, Colorado, Tyler Chatwood versus Jared Kozar. We'll start with San Diego here. You look at Chatwood. I mean, this guy really struggled over 370 woba allowed at home last year. Home runs were an issue there as well. Looking at San Diego, I mean, looking at a FanDuel stack, if you want to pitch to Grom and still get a stack in cores, you'll have to take the secondary approach, but San Diego's in a good spot.
Yeah, they are. I mean, you could throw in Schimpf and Jankowski in there, and I think even what's Solarte out here? Solarte's 3,200.
Yeah.
Throw those 3 guys in there. And, I mean, if I'm stacking San Diego, I feel like I have to have Myers too.
Yeah, I mean, Myers won. He's absolutely crushed in cores. I mean, 16 games there. He's had 5 home runs. He's hitting over 300. He gets a bump as you'd expect. But yeah, I mean, you can kind of surround him with some cheaper pieces. DraftKings, they're a little bit more price considered because like guys like Schimpf and Solarte are priced up. So it's not quite the discount. So I think really for me, this might be just a FanDuel only stack.
Yeah, that's the only place I'd get my exposure here.
Yeah. And on the Rockies side, I mean, Jared Kozar making a spot start in cores, just tough luck for him.
Oh, dude. Just please. I'm just going to – if I send you my lineups later and I don't have Arenado, just hit me. I'd love him today. I mean, he's just going to – I can easily – he might double donk today. I mean, Kozar blows,
Yeah. He's the guy I'll probably start building my lineups around with. And, cheaper guys on FanDuel, LeMahieu, Gerardo Parra, Trevor Story, Mark Reynolds. I don't mind those guys. They're all priced up super high in DraftKings. So I think that's a pricing difference to note. But these guys, I mean, really 1 through 7 are all in play.
Yeah, and I think Reynolds is going to have no ownership on FanDuel. I mean, still decent because he's in cores, but I mean, he's 4K, and at the same price you get Myers, and 100 less is Votto, 100 more is Rizzo. I mean, Reynolds isn't necessarily in that group. You know what I mean?
No, it's definitely not. And I think people, okay, if he was 3,500, sure, a lot of people will pay up and use him. But Reynolds has never been a guy you really expect to be 4K.
No, 4K is kind of crazy. So, I mean, if you want to go different, there's a great way. I mean, he's got a hot bat right now.
Yeah, it does. So, I mean, look at the Rockies. I mean, they have a near 7 run total tonight. Expect some runs there.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's going to wrap things up here with the stacking. You can check out davidfantasycafe.com for all great tools and content.